Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So the rumor out there is that Trump finally decided to grow some balls. And I'm just here to tell you guys, well, that's just a facade. Um, in case you guys don't realize, guess what? Um, what's this freaking Sleepy Joe is somebody who pretty much did the same thing. He yelled at, quote unquote, yelled at Benjamin Netanyahu for his crime against humanity in Gaza. And did he stop sending them weapons? He didn't. Did he support them? He did. They pretend that they care. They pretend that they try to negotiate with the Israelis and tell them to pretty much stop bombing innocent people and so on and so forth. And so recently, everybody is talking about the fact that Donald J. Trump decided to grow some balls and, try to put Benjamin Netanyahu in his place. All right. And I'm saying this with a lot of quotation because if you have seen the history, if you have seen the dynamic between America and Israel, you will realize that Israel is pretty much controlling America. Israel dictates exactly who gets in office and who doesn't get in office. And therefore, none of these people in Congress have no right to tell Israel what to do and what not to do. If you don't see that, then you've been asleep for quite a while now. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and read what Donald Trump had to say. And in case you guys don't know, he posted this yesterday on June 4th. Okay, so True Social, June 4th, 2026 at 1:29 p.m. Eastern Time. I had a very productive call with Prime Minister Bibi. After Israel, and there will be no troop going to Beirut, any troops that are on their way have already been turned back. Likewise, through highly placed representative, I had a very good call with Hezbollah, and they agreed that all shooting will stop, that Israel will not attack them, and they will not attack Israel. Uh, Donald J. Trump. So if you read this right off the bat, it sounds like they had a very productive talk and so on and so forth. In case you guys don't know where Beirut is all the way up here. Israel is right here. Now, many people don't really know this, but Israel does not have a defined border. In case you guys don't know that, according to the Israelis, this whole place is already theirs. They're because although we're looking at a map right now and we don't see, and when you look at it, it'll only say like right here is this little tiny area is Israel. Truth of the matter is, from the Israelis' perspective, this whole entire place is theirs. This is why they like to run on the idea that they're defending themselves. They believe that these people are just squatters. These people are there, and these people have pretty much taken something that belongs to them that was given to them by God. That's why they're bombing South Lebanon. This is why Hezbollah has pretty much picked up arms and started fighting them. They already got rid of Bashar al-Assad in Syria, and now they have literally a guy that was like, that had a bounty on his head from the United States. He was classified as like a T, and yet he got in bed with America. They went ahead and forgave them, I guess you can say that, and put him in a position of power after Bashar al-Assad got ousted in Syria. Now, in Lebanon, the president of Lebanon, instead of standing up and actually helping his people defend southern Lebanon from the barbaric people of the state of Israel who are attacking them, instead he is actually trying to disarm Hezbollah. Truth of the matter is that the people of Lebanon are actually on the side of Hezbollah. In case many of you guys don't know, they are, because they understand exactly the true nature of the state of Israel. And simultaneously, because of southern Lebanon, the peace deal that was being talked with Iran has come down crashing. Iran says they're no longer going to have any more peace deal with the United States because Israel continuously keep bombing southern Lebanon, and that's part of the peace deal. Now, it truly amazes me that Fox News actually went out of their way to cover this. And if you know anything about Fox News, you will know these are like the number one top glazer of Donald Trump, especially this guy right here. In Fox News Donald Trump can do no wrong. And I quote, Axios claim Trump called Netanyahu today and told him to stand down in Lebanon and cursed him out. You're effing crazy. You'll be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel. Oh, I mean, like, oh my God. It really amazes me that people actually buy this act of toughness, this act. Trump wants this war to end when it comes to Iran. He doesn't want to fight Iran. Why? Because this is having a huge impact on the global market, and everybody is looking at America as the enemy in this case. Trump sees that. He wants to stop this war. But in order for him to stop the war, Iran has, they have conditions. They say, hey, we need you to stop bombing South Lebanon. This is part of the deal. You have to stop bombing South Lebanon. And Bibi here, well, he doesn't give a shit. He knows that as long as he's bombing this area, there will be no peace deal. As a matter of fact, Ben-Gvir, if you don't know who this guy is, he's pretty much in charge of the prisoners, in Palestine. And this is what he has to say.
שהסכם רע לישראל, כמו שטראמפ עלול להביא מול איראן, יפגע בגוש הימין בבחירות הקרובות?
קודם כל יש דבר, מה שנקרא, שהוא הדבר האמיתי, זה חיי אדם. הסכם רע למדינת ישראל יכול לפגוע בחיי אדם. אני יודע שראש הממשלה נתניהו וכולנו, כחברי קבינט, גם קבינט מצומצם, גם קבינט רחב, גם כממשלת ישראל, לא ניתן לדבר הזה לקרות.
אבל זה
הסכם רע, זה הסכם שיכול לפגוע במדינת ישראל, ואנחנו לא ניתן לדבר הזה לקרות. זה לא יקרה. הסכם רע לא יהיה, לא יכול להיות, משום שבסופו של דבר, ההסכם רע, זה לא קשור לבחירות או לא בחירות.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, our greatest ally in the Middle East don't give a damn about anybody. I made a video in the past where I titled it that Israel is pretty much against anything that benefits the world. So according to Ben-Gvir, Donald Trump signing a peace deal with Iran is bad for Israel. Even though this peace deal will obviously benefit the whole entire world, the only country that they care about is themselves. What does he say? Oh, this deal is definitely not going to benefit Israel. Like, bro, you're not the only people in the world. Although that's kind of what their mindset is. These people believe that this whole entire place belongs to them. Therefore, they have to make sure that Iran is not a threat. If you guys don't know exactly who Jonathan Pollard is, that's this guy right here. The most prolific spy that has ever existed in America. He was a US-born citizen, FYI. And this guy got into a high position and just constantly stole secret document and just sent it to Israel. And he was found guilty of this, and he was sentenced to life in prison. But our greatest ally in the Middle East decided to, tell America, hey, by the way, you little bitch, we want you to go ahead and set this guy free. At the beginning, they denied the fact that he was working for them, but eventually they came out and said, yeah, he was working for us, blah, 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 blah. Benjamin Netanyahu pretty much welcomed this guy. There it is. This is when he got freed. Look at him. Our greatest ally, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Again, he was born in the United States. He's in Israel now. Welcomed by Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, who do you think told America to set him free, even though he was found guilty of stealing highly classified document and sent it to Israel? Obviously, we know. But that's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I'm bringing this guy up is recently on an interview. I couldn't find the clip. Well, I mean, I can find it, but I just wanted to go ahead and just show you this interview right here. He pretty much told the world, although many people may not take his word serious, he pretty much told the world that Turkey and Egypt should be taken out.
Don't think geostrategically. Forget about Jolani. Forget about Donald Trump. I am principally worried, first of all, for the welfare of our Druze brothers across the border, but secondarily, if Jolani and his Islamists actually reoccupy that area,
that they will.
We will have the Turks. We will have the Turks right on our border.
We eventually will.
We eventually will, and I'm not so sure that we will have as easy a time with the Turks as we've had with the Iranians. I've been following Turkish military doctrine, and
The strongest army in the Middle East.
the storm is coming.
Yes, of course. And they're a
I'm
member
not-
of NATO.
And even worse, they're a member of NATO. So I look at Iran as a problem we absolutely have to finish, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Gaza, same thing, and the Hezbollah. Why? Why am I fixated on this now? Because we have to be prepared for the next war, which will be probably against Turkey and Egypt. So,
Let's hope not.
I hope not also, but we, hope, you remember, it was the last demon out of Pandora's box.
I mean, it makes you wonder, how in the world are these people going to do that? How in the world are they going to do that? Because when the whole Turkey, at first, it was only Turkey, by the way, when the whole Turkey talk started about how Turkey is now going to be the new enemy and so on and so forth, I was thinking to myself, how is this little country right here going to take on Turkey? Meanwhile, they're fighting in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, the people of Gaza are fighting for their freedom. How in the world are they going to try to take on an empire like Turkey? Fast forward today, ladies and gentlemen, we now found out that, well, this right here is how they're going to do it. I was thinking, I was like, how is Israel going to take on Turkey? I mean, it's Turkey. And on top of that, Turkey is part of NATO. So Israel is going to attack, a member of NATO? That doesn't make any sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense. Until you look at the bigger picture, ladies and gentlemen. Until you look at the bigger picture. If you have been keeping up with the news recently, there's rumors going around out there that, well, America is trying to back out of NATO, right? You guys have seen Donald Trump criticizing, NATO and criticizing their allies about how they're not helping him pretty much attack Iran. You guys also seen that Donald Trump threatened to pretty much attack Greenland. In case you guys don't know, Greenland is part of NATO. When you start connecting all these dots, you start to realize, oh, and FYI, Israel is not part of NATO, in case you guys didn't know that. They're not part of NATO. When you start to put these dots together, everything starts to connect. So what Israel is pretty much trying to do is get America to withdraw from NATO, okay? Because once America withdraw from NATO, every country is on the table. All these countries will be on the table for the taking, for America to just go ahead and bomb. Because they're not part of NATO anymore. And when I say every country, I'm talking about the European countries that are part of NATO. Obviously, there are some places here that are not part of NATO. But you get what I'm saying. So that's how that's how Israel's gonna do it, right? They're gonna join, they're gonna integrate with the United States U.S. Army, which means that if Israel decides to attack Turkey, America has to step in and help Israel attack Turkey. If Israel decides to attack Egypt the next day, America has to step in and attack Egypt the next day. They will be sharing information, ladies and gentlemen. They will be sharing information. They will be sharing data. They will be sharing intelligence. So this is the scheme that they have pretty much concocted over the past few days. Maybe this goes on for, years, and now they're finally putting that plan into fruition. So this right here, not that per se, but Donald Trump criticizing Benjamin Netanyahu is a facade. That's what I believe. And to be quite honest, I can guarantee you right now is 100%. Because if I go over all the lists and all the crime that Israel has committed against the United States, it just makes you think, how the fuck are we still allied with these people? How are we still sending these people weapons? Even though Donald Trump was over here acting like he had balls, criticizing Benjamin Netanyahu, truth of the matter is, he probably called the next day and said, man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say any of that. These people that my followers are probably like dying off, and I got to make it seem like I'm still in control. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. And he's like, it's all right. It's all right. I understand. It's okay. Just make sure, tomorrow we're gonna be doing some bombing in South Lebanon. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about it, bro. It's just a word from. That's probably how the talk went. But you get the idea, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to go ahead and just tell you guys, don't fall for this horse shit. These people, they're actors. That's number one. Number two, it's not serious. In front of the camera, they'll pretend that they're fighting. Because how many show have we seen where celebrities pretend they're fighting, and behind the camera, these people are literally just shaking hand and doing all. It's all for show. Donald Trump has lost a lot of support. He wants to seem like he's still in control. Bibi over here understands that ain't no way America's gonna step in, because let's be honest, the whole world has unanimously agreed that what they're doing in Gaza is a genocide. Despite that, weapons are still being flown, not just from America, by the way, from other European countries, in case you guys don't notice. So, anyways, I just want to go ahead and share that with you guys, man. This video has gone on for a little bit too long. So if you made it this far, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys up in the next video. Salam.